Going on YouTube is Coop here, and holy crap, we need to discuss episode 3 of X-Men 97. What an amazing show. Yes, I am not showing my face on TV because it's 3 o'clock in the morning. I just wanted to go on my PlayStation to chat with you guys live. If it's your first time here, make sure you push that subscribe button when we go live so you guys can join the live chats. And make sure you get the bell notification when we go live. As you can tell, it's early in the morning. I had to wait up till midnight for the episode to come out, like I usually do. And then I decided after watching it a few times, I usually like to watch it twice, and then watch heavy spoilers or somebody that did a reaction, like Real Ragex or something like that. So I want to know from you guys in the comments below, what did you guys think of episode 3? We are going to be doing a little bit of a... Oh, I completed this level. We're going to be doing a little bit of power washing while I'm just chatting away with you guys here, because might as well. Wow. Okay, so episode 3. So from what everybody's been saying, this was bound to happen, where when Jean was pregnant, mostly everybody knew who it actually was. And so, for spoiler alert, make sure if you haven't seen the episode, check out now, so you can check it and then go check out some spoiler reviews and that. But I just wanted to come on here and chat a little bit with you guys about Madelyne Pryor is a clone of Jean Grey. So what we found out is the person behind, at some point, Jean Grey was captured by Mr. Sinister and then swapped Jean Grey with a clone he made. So we have still some answers that still some questions that need to be answered. When did Mr. Sinister replace Jean Grey with a clone? So maybe this entire time that we knew Jean Grey, it was actually Madelyne Pryor. Jesus. So what do you guys think? When do you think that Jean Grey was swapped? A lot of people think it was when they went on the honeymoon together, and that would be season 2 of X-Men the Animated Series. So that's what some people are saying. I want to know from you guys, though. At some point, the actual real Jean escapes somehow from Mr. Sinister's secret laboratory. Very Frankensteinish. Where it's just like... it looks like there's... Oh, what's this? You got a stinky butt. What? Okay. Sounds like a kid. Interesting. Okay, yeah, so at some point Jean Grey escaped Mr. Sinister's laboratory. Who knows how long she's been down there? And, like, what did Mr. Sinister actually do? Or kind of worries me. That's how long she's been in there, but God, man. That definitely should be answered, is when she got swapped. So I'm doing a really good job with power washing, guys. But yeah, okay, so then, so Jean Grey escaped Mr. Sinister's laboratory and made it back to the city, where she found the X-Men's house, and she fainted. So we are just basically, now we have a clone Jean Grey, a fake one, and she starts to get very upset because Beast does a DNA study on both the genes, and the one that they knew from the beginning of the series is the clone. So none of them start trusting her, and she starts getting angry with that. So she just takes her kid up to her room, and she just wants to be alone. And when that happens, Mr. Sinister starts talking to her through a baby monitor. So how it worked is apparently Mr. Sinister put a gem in the clone's head, so that way he can control her when the time was right. So now that everybody's figured out that the real Jean, or the fake Jean, is a clone, I think that's why Sinister's starting to make his move. So he takes over since Sinister put the gem in her head, she now is under his control. Well, basically, he activated her. I don't know. Like an activation button or something like that. But, so then she becomes very evil. And she's very hot in her outfit. That's what basically everybody is saying, that she has a really hot mama outfit. That's basically the word putting it. But she is very evil under Sinister's control. So, what they do is the whole X-Men school gets haunted by Mr. Since Mr. Sinister is has the clone Jean Grey under her control, basically Madeline Pryor. He starts like making her make the X. I guess the word is Madeline Pryor makes the X-Men school into a hellhole with goblins flying around. And all the X-Men are like, what the hell's going on? And then Cyclops finds out that it's the clone Jean Grey, Madeline Pryor, that's doing all this, because Mr. Sinister's controlling her. So what they figure out how to beat all the goblins that are flying around everywhere is Bishop tells Cyclops to power him up. So they do this badass power-up thing where Bishop just like blows the crap out of everybody away. It's awesome. Excuse me. Oh my god, my throat is really dry. Oh Jesus. Oh. Oh, by the way, Morphin was making. They're starting to make fun of Gambit, Wolverine, and Morph, because Rogue is starting to spend a lot of time with Magneto. He's starting to get really, really cautious about both of them being together all the time now. They're training together in the danger room. So it's starting to get really suspiciously easy to find out what's going on. Alright, so anyways, so Bishop blows all these goblins away and everything. And then the actual Jean Grey senses that they're in trouble, so she goes into fight the mind of whoever created this X-Men hellhole. The real Jean Grey with her mind, because she's still technically struggling. Well, no, she was awake at this time. She woke up, fought off all the demons, and brought all the X-Men back into the... Basically, they made Madeline Pryor go away. So Madeline Pryor takes Cable, the little baby, so takes him to Mr. Sinister's lair. Now, since Morph was under his control in the past, he knows where Mr. Sinister is keeping them. He knows his hideout. So they Morph takes Magneto, basically all the guys. I'm not sure who else is there. Cyclops went, Magneto went, Morph went, and Wolverine went to Mr. Sinister's place. And they basically met right there by Madeline Pryor. It's like in a church. So the lavatory is in the basement of a cathedral, I guess. And Madeline Pryor's right there to meet them at the top of the stairs when they walk through the door. They start fighting. And Madeline Pryor is pretty badass since she has the skills of Jean Grey. So, but even Magneto couldn't even, like, barely go against her. She was just basically destroying them all. Even Cyclops. I want a yogurt tube. Okay. Jesus Christ, my throat. Sorry, guys. I gotta get a drink, but still talking right now. Okay, so yeah. Madeline Pryor is kicking their ass. Mrs. Sinister starts doing tests on the baby. Throws Cable into like this witch cauldron full of green goo. Because he wants to like transform the baby into like, wants to make the baby immune or something like that and have like the perfect genetics or something like that. Oh, this must be a playhouse. That's what this is. That's what I'm cleaning. Sorry, I got distracted again. Okay, we're almost done here. So, Cyclops is basically got his ass kicked by his wife, Madeline Pryor, and then all of a sudden the real Jean Grey has to go save them all. So she gets in the... She's still like at the base with Beast, I think. Or the X-Men base. And so she gets into the head of Madeline Pryor from there. And basically they go through the memories of Jean Grey. Of like everything from being a kid to when they first got their powers. To Madeline's kid being born. And then she snaps out of it. Madeline Pryor snaps out of Mr. Sinister's like spell, and the gem that was controlled in her head now breaks because she fought out of it because she loves her son so much. So she breaks out of Mr. Sinister's spell, and now all of a sudden she's turned good again, and Cyclops and her go to see Mr. Sinister and like take him down. So they get there at the laboratory, and basically Mr. Sinister like runs away. Doesn't really put up a fight. He just like gets thrown to the back of the wall because Madeline Pryor is like holding him against the wall. Then Cyclops gets Cable out of his goo, and then they notice that all these little green things are starting to grow on the baby. So now we're like, what's going on? And that's when Mr. Sinister makes his move, runs away, says some like, I don't know, Rosebud by, I don't know. It's just some kind of code word, or maybe just like he implanted like some kind of code word with her to like get away from her or something like that. Or it makes her like freeze or something. But either way, he just like sneaks away into like the darkness of this cathedral laboratory and then just disappears after. Because they have to get the baby back to the base to figure out what the hell these green things are growing on them. Some kind of nanotech virus, apparently. Because Mr. Sinister apparently is infected with virus on Cable because he tried to make him immune, basically, is what he was trying to do. But since nanotechnology viruses are so advanced in their current year they live in, they have no technology to fix it. So their idea is to send the baby to the future with Bishop, who just got his bracelet fixed to go back into the future. And what he says is he'll bring the baby to Forge out there where he can build anything, and they plan on curing the baby. So Madeline Pryor says goodbye to her son before they go through a portal with Bishop and Nathan, or aka Cable, And she she implants a bunch of memories into the kid's head so that he can remember. And then she decides to leave the X-Men mansion, and Jean Grey and her shake hands and say, don't call me Jean Grey anymore, call me Madeline Pryor. And the next life that she owns is her own. So there you go. That's the end of the storyline, and then just ends with an awkward ending between Cyclops and the real Jean Grey. They're just standing across the room for each other. So, well, what a crazy episode that was for sure, everybody. I want to know what you guys thought of it down below in the comments. And thank you very much if you guys are about to tune out of this review. But I'll be here for a little bit power washing if anybody wants to chat and chill. Oh, excuse me. In fact, I'll put myself on mic. Or mute.